Hello YouTube friends, Jen here, welcome to the channel. I am out on a ride today on my Himalayan. Dave's with me, he's up front there on his Suzuki DR650. It is a bit of a chilly October day in southern Utah, which is welcome in my world. I am happy to have the cooler temps. It's a bit breezy today, but we're gonna go for a long ride. We're gonna go out and see Modina. Dave's been out there before, but he's been excited to take me out there and show me around. I'm hoping to see some colorful trees today, which I'm already getting a glimpse of, so that's nice. So join us, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps us out tremendously. So I wanted to mention I just caught the most recent Itchy Boots video. She is riding the pre-production model of the Himalayan 450 in India. Yes, I am an Itchy Boots fan. I don't watch all of her episodes, but I like to catch it when I can. So anyways, this one was particularly interesting to me because I have considered purchasing the 450 when it becomes available in the States. But I have got to say, I'm not totally convinced. I really like the body style of the 411. It's really just got more of a classic look than what I observed from the 450. So it did look like on the 450, maybe it has a larger fuel tank capacity. I can't verify that. I don't know the specs of the bike. They haven't officially been released yet, so I don't know, but that would be exciting. She did mention that it had probably double the get up and go, meaning horsepower, so that is cool because it is hard to keep pace with Dave up there on his DR650 when we're on the interstate and whatnot. So that would be cool. I would like to see it be a little bit lighter weight, but maybe not drop too many pounds because then it would lose that smooth feel as well. So she also mentioned that you can adjust the suspension on the bike, so that would be nice. This bike does have pretty loose suspension, so having a little tighter suspension would be pretty nice. But yeah, I'm not sold on the look of the bike. It's kind of like I used to have a CJ5, a Jeep, a CJ5, you know, and when they came out with the Wrangler, it's like they tried to make it look like the CJ5 kind of, but it just didn't have that classic appeal anymore. And I feel like that's kind of what's happened with the Himalayan. So I don't know, maybe, you know, I will definitely take one for a ride when they become available in the States. I can't not, so I'm looking forward to that. Man, it's super nice to be out today. I did go for a ride just the other day, just kind of went out by myself and cruised around some areas that I've been in before just to get a ride in, but because it's been like a month for me since I've been out riding. I've just had a ton going on. I recently decided to go back to school, so I'm like school full-time, work full-time. Hard to find time to ride, but you know you got to, because you got to do those things for you, and this is like the very best thing for me. So it's roads like these and times like these that I really start thinking about how nice it would be to have some more power. Yeah, so that 450 Himalayan, that's where, you know, that appeals to me, having more power on especially like the interstate. And I think the last time I did a video for you guys was when D-Rock and I went out to Escalante, and we went and camped in the forest out there, and I had a really difficult time keeping up with Dave on that ride, and I really had to push the Himalayan really hard. And I even had a point where it didn't want to start very well, and I'm not really sure what happened there. I haven't had that problem again, so I don't really know, but the extra power would be nice. I was going to mention just before I had a coughing fit just now that I didn't tune you in for. You're welcome. But anyways, I wanted to mention on that trip out to Escalante, on the way back, D-Rock and we got in a situation where he was passing a semi-truck, and it was, you know, it was 2 lanes, and so I went to follow him to pass the truck, and the bike just didn't have the power, and I ended up getting myself into kind of a dangerous situation and had to slam on the brakes to get behind the semi to avoid oncoming traffic, and it really made me uncomfortable and really doubtful. And so yeah, the extra power may become needed as we start doing more travel around the States and maybe even internationally. So definitely thinking I'm going to have to test out that 450. D-Rock keeps trying to talk me into getting a DR650, which I haven't even ridden his yet, so you know, actually I did ride it a little bit, but I need to do a ride and review on that bike because he is really sold on it. So yeah, I've got a lot of things to consider, but the Himalayan 450 would definitely be in the running because I absolutely have loved this bike here. I've been really impressed with it. So yeah, we'll see. Wow, so I wasn't quite prepared. We just left the pavement and all of a sudden there's this fun little interesting road. It kept me right up on my toes. So I think this is going to be kind of a fun ride. D-Rock's done this before, but I haven't brought the old Himmy out on it yet, so we'll see if we can keep her upright. You know, if I were to take the new 450 Himalayan for a ride and like it and decide to get it, there is no way I would get rid of this bike. I think what I would probably do is make the 450 my longer distance travel bike, so I might even like take the panniers off of the 411 here and just put them on the 450 and then just use the 411 on our local roads and just kind of around town at, you know, just places where I'm riding slower speeds, because I love this bike and I'd like to have this bike forever, really. That would be awesome to be sitting on this bike when I'm like 80.
Hello, D-Rock here. Hope you all are well. So I imagine Jen's been having a chat about the new Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. Yeah, we had a look at Itchy Boots' video this morning, and if you haven't seen it, go have a look. It gives you a good idea of what the 450 is going to be like. She didn't really talk about the specs of the bike, but she mentioned a few things, and I'm sure Jen's already touched on that. Double the power is what she was saying, and I don't know. I had a look at the bike from her shots, and it looked pretty cool to me. Before I bought the DR650, I just about pulled the trigger on a 2022 Royal Enfield Himalayan. I mean, because they had a couple of them on sale at Eurocycle in Las Vegas, and I think they were going for like $4 grand, and I was just like, oh my god, that's a great price for that bike. And I was so close to buying one, and I don't know, I just kind of decided to get on the DR650 here, but we're getting closer. The 450 is it's slowly coming into fruition, and Itchy Boots was on a pre-production bike, so there may be some changes, who knows, and don't really know the specs, of course, don't really know much at all, just kind of going on what she said and what we gathered from having a look at the bike. But overall it looks pretty cool, so I'm pretty stoked, and I don't know when it would get to the States. I imagine it'll be released in Europe first, and then slowly make its way over here. I could be wrong, but I don't know, maybe we'll see it sometime 2024, since we don't have much time left in 2023, so maybe first quarter 2024, or might be as far as third quarter, who even knows. Anybody's guess at this point. It'll probably be pretty tough to tear Jen away from her 411 Himalayan. She loves that bike. So we'll see. As soon as one's available and we can actually physically go look at it, maybe even test ride it, then I guess we'll take it from there. But there's a solid chance that there definitely is a Royal Enfield 450 in our future.
This looks like an interesting little hill. Yeah, we're getting up this stuff just fine. Just kind of let the bike do its thing, you know? tends to keep me upright pretty well. So I think, you know, my final thoughts, my summary on the Himalayan 450 as what I know about it, which is very little, and thank you to Itchy Boots for letting me know what I know about it at all. I think I am for sure. It's definitely a front runner in a new bike purchase for me. I am looking for something with more power to keep up with D-Rock on his DR650 there. So I will definitely check it out as soon as it gets to the States, and I am excited to do so. So hopefully we'll see that the first part of 2024. Alright, well, we've just left the town of Modina. We stopped there, had some lunch at the old Lund Hotel. Sorry I didn't show up, but Dave has made a couple other videos on it if you're interested in seeing that. I'm sure if you just looked up Modina you could find those. It's pretty cool though. It's almost a ghost town. There's still like a few people that live there, but it's really cool. There's this old hotel like right off the side of the train tracks. Anyway, so I managed to lose my wallet on the way out here somewhere, so that's gonna be fun keeping an eye out for that on the way back. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the video today. Some of my thoughts on the Himalayan 450. Like I said, I'll definitely be checking that out when it comes to the States. So anyways, stay safe out there, and if you're new to the channel, once again, please consider subscribing. It helps us out a whole bunch. We've got a ton more content on the way. Check us out at precipiceofgrind.com. Maybe you'll be interested in going for a guided tour with us. Got a couple of those coming up this fall, so definitely check that out, and we will see you next time. Jen out.